Hello. Welcome everyone to Journey Church. If you guys could open your Bibles, we're going to be in Ezekiel chapter 2 today. So that's for anyone who's wasted already and thinks that they might have gone in the wrong door when they got here. I like that word Ezekiel. It's a good one. So grew up here in Bend. Great place to grow up, fun things to do. But growing up, we were kind of behind the social curve of like pop culture. And I had this shirt that said Ezekiel on it. It's a like skate, snowboard company. And my friends and I went down to California and this guy says, "What's your shirt saying?" I'm like, "Ezekiel." And he says, "Ezekiel, that's sick." And I was like, and he said, "Your shirt is sick." I looked at my friends, and he's like, "Dude, I like your shirt." And I was like, "Oh, yeah. We walked away, and I was like, "Guys, sick is good. Sick. This shirt is sick. How sick is that?" So, love Bend. I feel like it's a great place. I'm a little concerned about Drake Park. I don't know if you guys have been there lately. I was walking through just the other day, and it's got kind of this like weird alternative sports festival feel going on right now. And there's people tight-roping between trees. And I saw this huge group of people hula hooping, and there were no kids in the group. It was all adults hula hooping. And one of the hula hoops was on fire. And I'm like, that is not safe at all. That scared me. But you go deeper into the park, and you come to the LARPers. So I don't know if you know what that is. That's live action role play. And it's kind of like you just walked into a Lord of the Rings battle for the footbridge. And it's these good-sized people. There's some kids, maybe some adults, and they've got foam swords and they've got bows that shoot foam arrows and they're battling it out. I don't understand exactly how it works. I'm pretty sure it's some sort of quest to crown a nerd king or nerd queen. Not positive, but I think I can speak for every single guy who's seen it. You walk past it and you go, nerds. Nerds. But deep down you go, oh, I want to play so bad. How do I get hooked up with these guys? Oh, this is amazing. And you try to keep walking, you're walking your dog, and you're like, go ahead, just take a little break, I want to watch for a second. That one guy looks really good. And I can only imagine that there's countless Subaru Outbacks that have driven by there with dog in the back, snowboard on top, bros headed up to the mountain, and he's like, oh, I just want to whack someone with a foam sword. That looks so fun. So I love telling stories. If you love telling stories, then you know this. You hate one-uppers. You hate it. You have a friend in your group who's a one-upper. You're like, oh man, I had a crazy weekend, and you tell your story, and they're like, well, I had the craziest weekend, and they tell their story. So I've got this friend, and he's totally taken it to a new level, and he's a preemptive one-upper. And it just ruins everything for you. You're in your group of friends, and I'm like, guys, you are not going to believe who I saw in Portland this weekend. And he says, oh, hang on. I have the craziest, your mind's going to be blown. I have the craziest story about who I saw in Australia. But go ahead, tell your story first. So telling stories in Bend is kind of tricky because it's a small town, it's a small world, you know. You're at the coffee shop, you start to tell a story, and then you kind of stand up and look around, and you're like, yep, they're not here, you are going to love this. So I have this great story, but I'm a little concerned based on this crowd because my story is, I live just up the street, and my story is about this person who broke in through my window, super wasted, slept on my couch. I find them in the morning, wake them up, they don't know that they're in the wrong house. Could you raise your hand if that was you? I see, yeah, it looks like about half the hands. I mean, it is Liquid Lounge, I would expect a few hands to go up. But most of you guys are thinking, you know, I don't remember that face. but I've done that a few times, so I don't know. I could have been completely blacked out, so I may not remember it. But that's a true story. Live just up the street. You gotta love living on the west side of Bend, right? You gotta just love Bend in general, and nice. And you gotta love this kind of thing. So thanks you guys for coming out to this, and hope you guys have a great night. Lots of laughs. At the end of the night, when you vote, our pictures are on the little basket that you put our cards in. My picture is from a little while back. I was kind of thinner and a little less beardy. I wasn't married yet. But my picture there, I took a Sharpie, so it's got a beard on it now, just so you know. So it's me. So thanks you guys. Have a great night.
Give it up one more time for Josh Cordell.